What we're publishing tonight and over the next few days is the product of the biggest leak of confidential documents in the history of the Middle East conflict. We're talking about thousands of pages of secret material which was obtained by Al Jazeera television and shared with The Guardian. The story that we're kicking off with tonight is about what was previously unknown about very substantial concessions that were made privately by Palestinian negotiators in the last couple of years. First of all, about Jerusalem and settlements in Jerusalem. The documents also show really and give a picture of the weakness and desperation of the Palestinian side in negotiations that have gone nowhere.
The single clearest and strongest message that comes out of these documents is the sense of imbalance, if you like, between the negotiators on the Palestinian side and on the Israeli side. The bulk of the talks, the ones that are covered in most detail in the documents, cover negotiations that took place in 2008, particularly, and also in 2009. It's a fascinating insight, a really vivid look at what it was like inside these negotiating sessions. And fundamentally, you see the Palestinians making significant concessions to the Israelis, and the Israelis saying that's not enough. The Palestinians also hold out on issues that matter. You see the Americans really siding more or less with the Israelis, increasing the sense that the Palestinians are under pressure. And the Palestinian side is fighting on two fronts, if you like. It's got to reach agreement with the Israelis, but it's also got to deal with the opposition of many of their own people, and particularly of its rival, the Islamist movement Hamas, which opposes any negotiations, really, with Israel.
Over the next few days, we're going to be publishing many other stories from the documents, from the leaked documents, including about very major, previously unknown concessions about the right of return of Palestinian refugees, about proposals from Israeli government officials to transfer some Arab citizens of Israel to a future Palestinian state, collaboration between Palestinian security and the Israeli military and intelligence in the West Bank, the involvement of British officials and in a secret plan to crush Hamas in the occupied territories, and also revelations about how Palestinian leaders were tipped off in advance about Israel's war on Gaza in December 2008, January 2009.
Looking at these documents, you get a sense that this peace process that's been going on for 20 years appears to be coming to an end. And of course that raises very significant questions about what happens next. If there are to be no negotiations between Israel and the Palestinians, then the status quo of quasi-occupation of the West Bank, Palestinian Authority in control of some areas, the Gaza Strip sealed off, cut off from the West Bank, it leaves everybody in a sort of limbo with no obvious hope that anything can get better. And that's a pretty bleak prospect.